People, how's it going? Happy your favorite day of the week, Friday. Not my favorite day of the week. It is 5 Dice Friday. Which, for those of you just learning about 5 Dice Friday, a quick reminder to those of you who know about it already. It is an ode to when I wanted to be a sports anchor. Because my catchphrase, this beard is looking epic by the way, my catchphrase was going to be, and the man hits the home run, Yahtzee! Because I thought that was going to be clever. It was clever. It is clever. It was awesome. All right, 5 Dice Friday, the 5 burning things on my mind. Well, today we're going to do a little differently. We're going to do the 5 kind of brands, businesses, channels, YouTube pages, whatever, that are consuming me recently. And my thoughts on how what they do so specifically can be kind of talked about with one kind of word or one kind of explanation. So each of these 5 I'm going to show you guys their YouTube pages. Some of them are small, some of them are large, and some of them you've known about, some of them you don't know about, which is what makes this so freaking exciting. So, and I'll try to figure out where I learned about each of these 2, or at least the first 2. So the first one I learned about, his name is Billy Yang. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to show you his page. So his page, as you can see, is right here. Okay? His page right here. Billy Yang, 42,000 subscribers. Now, Billy Yang creates videos around running long distances. And I believe the first one I ever saw was something like this, maybe. And I learned about this through a former high school student friend of mine, and Todd Bartnicki, who I don't talk to, but he posted it, so you know how that happens. You know, people post things and you see it. And I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this. And I think it was this video or something like this. But what this guy does, Billy Yang, is he does long-form documentaries of races. That's what his kind of art is. He also is a runner in a huge community. Now, here's something that's interesting, right? He has 42,000 subscribers. Yet almost 350,000 people have seen this. So even though he has all these views, you know, not a lot of subscribers, right? 42,000 subscribers. So he tells the stories. He documents the stories of what people are going through, and he's a great storyteller. I'm going to link all of these in the show notes and also on each page so that you guys can see it throughout this entire session, because what would a good host be if you cannot learn about it? So, Winefest is not one of them, Tim. Sorry. So, first up, Billy Yang, right? Like I said, Billy Yang, his YouTube page right there. Long form, documentary style videos of the running community. Really intriguing stuff, to be honest. I really appreciate what this guy does. So here's all his uploads. He's got 42,000 subscribers. He probably has, let's do this. Let's look, sort by. I don't know if you guys knew this. Most popular. And he has the most views, Mount Blanc. This is actually the first one I saw. Is that what Life in a Day, the Western. Is that what I just showed? No, it was the Unknown. But anyway, so each of them is around 20, 30 minutes, which means it took him forever to produce them. Look at that. Over 500,000 views, just under 500,000 views. So he's getting a lot of views on a lot of these. Right? Smallest ones, 1.5. So he started shooting this stuff a long time ago. And then I just really appreciate, you know, what he's doing. And I think he's doing a great job. And then also look at all the different thumbnails, right? And how each of them is just a little different. And then so it says, just different images and stills of what he has produced. And then the way that he describes each one, from Squaw to Auburn, my Western Straits 100 race, 15 hours with Amelia Boone, 2014 Sean O'Brien 50-mile race. Just a unique way to present all of these topics. Next up, something that I teased about last night. Sorry to disappoint you, Tim. Brian, what's up? These are the 5 kind of YouTube pages that I want you guys to know about. And now with Billy Yang, I think if you're really into running and you also have a style or love for photography, videography, Billy took that and started creating documentaries around it, right? So if that is something that you love, this is a topic that you could potentially do for yourself, right? Put together a camera and start making music. All right. Next up, the next one, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, funky name. It's a group out of, I believe, Boone, North Carolina. I could be wrong on that. I first learned about them maybe 2 years ago from Dave Ritt, formerly of Virginia Beach, currently of Denver/Boulder, depending on where he is. Proper, I think it's Denver. But what's really cool about this band, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, right? They just put out, I think, their second album. Maybe it's their third album. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I almost guarantee you guys have never heard of them, right? They were just on the Stephen Colbert show, I think is what it was. Late Night with Stephen Colbert? I don't know. But this band is really good. And if you guys have never heard them, check them out. This is their page, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, right? You guys you're gonna thank me for this. RKS is what I call them. They're also on Spotify, right? That's them right there. I should actually tag them in this. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Okay, so look at this. Only 32,000 people. Look at all that craziness on the screen now. Only 32,000 people like their Facebook page. Only 30,000 subscribers. Right, this video, almost 800,000 views. If you guys haven't checked them out, they're kind of like a new style jam band. Their lead singer just came out, and one of their other songs is called Hide, and it was featured recently. It's right here, 75,000. That song is ridiculously good. RKS is kind of my nickname for them. They are incredible. Here, I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. All right, I can't play a lot of it because I guess that's against the rules. But really cool kind of vibe. Little known fact that most people don't know about is that RKS, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, if you guys haven't heard about them yet, you guys, look, the autoplay on that is ridiculous. Rainbow Kitten Surprise is the band, the group that I spent the majority of my time writing Anomaly listening to. But the crazy thing is the new album wasn't out for the bulk of the writing, so it was from their old album. Can't remember the name, doesn't matter. It was just awesome. Their new album is awesome. They're doing a decent tour, not coming to where I live. That's okay. They played like a brewery in Norfolk a few years ago. That's how small these guys were, but they are just incredible. They're going to get bigger. And so I've decided that when I come up, maybe not when I come up, but when I start learning about specific kind of channels or people or brands that most people have never heard of, I want to do a better job of notifying you guys, about what I'm consuming, because this band I should have told you guys about a long time ago. They're absolutely incredible. If you guys have never heard of them, you have now. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Dave Ritt introduced me to them. I went home that day 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I haven't stopped listening to them yet. They have a song called Devil Like Me, I think. Something like that. I don't know. It's just these albums are just great. You can listen to them. You're like, these musicians that have like one song and you're like, oh, it's a good song, but you can't listen to the whole album. This is not that type of band. This is which song are we going to choose to be the hit song? It's that good of a band, and it's that difficult for them. I think it's very difficult for them to figure out what songs to choose because they're all that good. What's actually really cool is that this album, they have 14 songs or so on it. And a lot of them are really short, like 2:30. And if you guys haven't heard of them, please check them out. The YouTube page I just linked right here, so you can check out all their songs there. You can also go to their Spotify. And it's just absolutely incredible, their music. 1 million views here. I wonder what their number one video is. Let's look. Well, I can't search. All videos. I don't know what happened. Usually there's a little button, but I can't press it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, if you guys haven't checked them out yet, please do so. Great group. And I think you're going to be insanely impressed with what they produce. It's incredible. So the next the next kind of thought or piece of content brand that I want you guys to maybe follow is this page, Bon Appetit. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but I'm not a good cook. My wife would tell you that. But what I think is interesting about this is they have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of content. A lot of different channels. It's Alive with Brad is probably their most popular. No, it's probably not, actually. I don't know. But this channel that I have found that I really like is this. I guess she's a pastry chef. I want to get her on my podcast, my show. But you'll see that they break this down into playlists. And so you'll see these are all the different kind of shows that they have. It's crazy. So the one that I like is, I think it's Gourmet Makes. And so what's cool about this page is 1.7 million views, 1.3 subscribes. She basically takes this food that we all remember as kids or we consume today, and she figures out how to make her own version of it. So this is a Kit Kat. Now, what I really like about this, her name's Chef Claire, is it's basically a behind-the-scenes documentary, English, Zach, of how to put something together. And they really document the process. And so I think with this video, she's making a Kit Kat. She had a hard time making the wafer side of it. This is Brad. And so what's really unique is she finally figures out how to do it. And then at the very end, she teaches you kind of, okay, after all of my testing, this is what you need to do, and this is how you can do it yourself. And so many people go, what kind of content can I produce? Well, oftentimes I say produce content that is basically the stuff that no one sees that you produce. And people are like, well, why would I do that? And I'm like, because it's content that no one ever sees. And so that's kind of what Bon Appetit does. And they share that with you. And as you can see, a crap ton of views. Okay, sort by. That's what I was looking for. Last one. Right? 1.3 million subscribers. They have kids testing different things. So they're just 3.2 million on this McGushers. When you're trying to think of like content to produce, oftentimes all you really need to do is just do the content that's behind the scenes that no one ever sees. That's exactly what Bon Appetit does, and it's super cool to see what they've been able to accomplish. Now I will put that page, Bon. I have no idea how to spell that, but that is their page. Check that out. Cool page there. Hey, who needs coffee in the morning? What? Still doing that Tim Ryan thing where I don't rinse out the cup. Yep. Coffee's getting a little cold. Okay. Most of you don't know this about me. I am a former amateur food contest enterer. If that's the way to say it. Yes, I've entered food contests. I can eat hot food. Some people would disagree with that. And I can eat a lot of food. And I also can eat food fast. So, what's unique is that I've entered several contests, like the Nathan's Hot Dog qualifying contest, to attempt to go to Coney Island to be at the nation's hot dog eating contest. I did not win. The most I've ever eaten in 10 minutes, I believe, is 11 hot dogs and buns. They're like 10 or 11 inch hot dogs, and the buns are always difficult. I lost to this lady, the Black Widow is her name. Sonia something, I believe. But every 4th of July, I watch the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Many of you guys remember Kobayashi, Joey Chestnut. Well, there's this young kid from San Jose, I believe, named Matt the Toad Stoney. So when I learned about him on this food eating challenge years ago, I looked him up. What I didn't realize is that he was creating a pretty popular YouTube channel at the same time. How popular? Well, super cool logo right here, by the way. What is that? It's either a hot dog or a cheeseburger. Matt Stoney in there, too. Super simple and awesome. But this guy has 4.5 million subscribers. Super cool stuff. But he documents and gets paid to do this. Huge sponsors. He basically will eat ridiculous amounts of food short amount of time. In a short amount of time. Oh, he's the Megatoad, I guess what they call him. So this is a burrito, I guess. In this case, he's going to eat that big burrito in just 2 minutes. Pretty cool. Some people think it's ridiculous, sure. But sometimes what you're able to accomplish, you should record and create content around. That's what this guy has done. He's won the mustard belt a couple of times, which is what they do for Coney Island and the Nathan's Hot Dog contest. But as you can see, a ton of followers, 4.5 million subscribers. He'll do short stuff like eat a Big Mac really fast. Sometimes he'll eat, big pages of, look at this. That's chili cheese fries. Massive ice cream sundae. 23 million views. Guys, that is a lot. And so he just realizes that he's good at eating stuff fast and records it. And by doing that, he is able to make a living off of it. Pretty interesting stuff, if you ask me. And finally, let's give him some love on the page as well. Matt Stoney. Here he is there. I hope that works. And finally, this page called Munchies. You guys actually have probably heard of this one. I can't remember where I learned of Munchies, but what I like about Munchies is they take, and I'm going to show you guys their page now. What I like about the page Munchies, weird that a lot of these are on food. I realized that this morning. I was like, But food content is number one popular. Very popular, obviously, because it's visual. But then two, I think people like the story around food. I think that's why Food Network became so popular. But they have the show, which you guys might have seen this guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he was recently on Bar Rescue. He has a show called The Pizza Show. They have 2.2 million subscribers. right? You can see that right there. That's pretty impressive. But they also have a playlist of different types of content. It's different series. Chef Matty Madison, you've probably heard of him. But this is the one that I like. It's very cool. I wish it wouldn't jump to that immediately. But this is the guy. I can't think of his name. Maybe it'll tell me. No. But he goes around. Oh, yeah. Frank Pinello. If that's how you say that. And so as you can see this, they go and he tests, verifies, consumes, and excites people about content around food. And shares his knowledge because he owns that company right there that he just showed, Best Pizza. That's his business. Very popular pizza connoisseur. And so he creates, through Munchies, content around his knowledge of pizza. And again, if you kind of see a trend here, it's people basically documenting what they're good at. Kind of what I've been telling you guys to do for a while. Document what you're good at. Right? It's really what all four of these things are. Four of the five. Rainbow Kitten Surprises is a great band that I want you guys to know about. But ultimately, the Munchies page is about what these people are good at. So if you're a pizza lover, maybe get out in front, test pizza. So those are the 5 channels that I think are doing some pretty unique stuff. Obviously, some have several million followers. Some do not. Munchies. There's their page right there. But pretty impressive stuff. And if you really dissect what all of them are doing, they're really just documenting what they're best at and telling good visual stories around it. Yes, I understand that on some of them the video quality is great. But on some of them video quality isn't that great. Matt Stoney, who had the most followers, I believe, of everyone, his videos are not well edited. They're on maybe even on an iPhone. So it just shows you that sometimes, most of the time, you just need content that is what people are looking for. So I ask you guys that are listening to this, consuming this, to give each of these 5 brands a chance. Check them out. Consume them over the weekends. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about it. What you think about these brands and the group and these pages. Or if there is content that you want me to check out, I would love to check it out too. I'm constantly looking to learn. I love to watch this content. I love to consume this content, not just to consume it, but also to learn from it and to really try to dissect it and take what I'm learning from that and be able to leverage that into the brand and brands that I'm building. So 5 Dice Friday, episode 60 of ZML. I just want to change this show to ZML because Nick Sutton doesn't want me to. And I think that's a great idea. But I truly am thankful for you guys being here. If you guys like my content, just like the content that I like over here, would love for you guys to share it with your friends and let them know why Zack Miller Says is the greatest, and I mean greatest, show of all time. Appreciate you guys. I'm heading out to a luncheon, and then I'm going to have a meeting, and then another meeting. Busy Friday here. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be an exciting Saturday for I can't tell you what I'm doing. That's a secret. But if I see you guys this weekend, looking forward to it. And talk soon. Peace and love. Bye.